Today on Sugar Spun Run, we'll be making homemade Gougeres. Hey Sugar Spun Bakers, Sam here, and today I am really excited to be bringing you another carefully tested and well-researched recipe. Now, Gougeres are also commonly known as French cheese puffs, and basically we're just making a choux pastry and adding some shredded cheese. So if you've ever made my eclairs or cream puffs before, you're going to have no problem today. This is a fun savory spin on choux pastry, so let's go ahead and get started. Now, we're going to need a medium-sized pot, so let's take that over to the stovetop. We're going to be combining a half cup of water and a half cup of whole milk. We'll also add 1/2 cup of unsalted butter, a teaspoon of granulated sugar, and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Now turn your stovetop to medium heat. We're going to stir everything together, and as that butter cooks and starts to melt, I recommend just breaking it up with your spatula just to help everything combine faster. Now we're going to bring this mixture to a rolling boil, so just keep on stirring until you get a nice foamy rolling boil. Now once that's boiling, we're going to add 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour. Okay, normally if I was filming, I would completely reshoot this video because of that mishap, but today we're just gonna roll with it. Make sure you have a good grip on your bowl before you add your flour. Oh my gosh. Don't burn yourself if you drop your bowl in the flour. Okay, just mix everything together now until it's completely combined, and you're going to want to drop your heat down to low. We're going to reduce our heat to low or medium low, and we're going to keep mixing until everything comes together. And if you see any flour lumps in your mixture, you want to use your spatula to smash those out really well. You don't want any flour lumps in here. Now just keep mixing pretty vigorously until the mixture starts to form a ball, like it starts to clump together and pulls away from the sides of the pot. And again, watch for any flour clumps. You're just gonna smash those out as you see them. So once your dough is starting to look like mine, we're going to remove it from heat. And we're just going to mix it vigorously for a couple more seconds, actually about a minute or two, because we want to cool it down a little bit before we add our next ingredient, which is our eggs. Now after about a minute or two, we're going to add our eggs one at a time, and we are going to stir them in one at a time until completely combined. Now first, the mixture is going to want to separate. It's going to look like it's not going to come together. Just keep on mixing until that egg is completely incorporated. And then once your first egg is incorporated, we'll go ahead and add the second one. And just repeat until you've added all of your eggs and the mixture is nice and smooth and should be velvety looking. Now, once everything is nicely combined, we are going to add our shredded cheese. Now today I am using Gruyere cheese. You're going to need 6 ounces. Sharp white cheddar or yellow cheddar is another option I like to use occasionally. Swiss cheese would work as well. Today we're using Gruyere. We're also going to add a little bit of pepper. I'm just adding a 1/4 teaspoon of freshly cracked black pepper. And you want to make sure that cheese is well combined into that dough, and the pepper too. Before we go any further, don't forget to preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit before you begin. Now we're going to portion our dough onto a parchment paper lined baking sheet. Now this is a bit too much dough to fit on one standard size baking sheet. You can either put it on a large baking sheet or use 2 smaller sheets, and we'll just rotate them in the oven. I'm actually just going to be cooking 1 sheet at a time, which is another option for you. Now I'm going to scoop the dough until I have about 2 tablespoons of dough, and I'll just drop that on my baking sheet. I want to space these Gougeres about 2 inches apart. Now these are going to bake up looking pretty much how they look on the baking sheet. So if any of these dough balls are looking kind of wonky right now, I recommend just kind of making your fingers a little bit damp with some water and just kind of reshaping them a little bit. We'll take these over to our 400 degree Fahrenheit preheated oven, where we will need to bake them for about 30 minutes or until they're a nice golden brown color. If your oven doesn't cook evenly, which many don't, I recommend turning them halfway through baking. All right, these are looking beautiful. You want to let them cool a little bit before you dig in. If you'd like, you can top them off with some freshly cracked sea salt, but that's completely optional. And that is how you make these super simple, but also incredibly delicious and cheesy Gougeres. Please feel free to correct my pronunciation down in the comments below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Look at that. These are so good.